Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Commanders and the New York Jets. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. The end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Now, this defense for the Commanders is much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Check, check!
3rd and 2, now Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Breece Hall. Touchdown!
Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. The Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT.
He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 28-yard line. Howell throwing on first down here. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Howell to the air on first and 10.
And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards.
Howell out of the shotgun.
Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. His third rushing touchdown of the year, number 6 overall. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
With the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
On second and 9, Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice, because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
First down, Howell to throw.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
They'll run with Gibson.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. This is intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that.
Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on second down. Howell. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, here's a good way to kick off the drive, complete over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now Wilson. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He
rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, Brad, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on second down.
Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Let's go. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
And he finds McLaurin.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st down, Howell.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Howell down to throw it.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaped out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Howell.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Wilson. And Incomplete on the deep ball. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. So we have reached halftime and what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's the gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And not much. Maybe a yard down at the 23. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of...
Touchdown, Washington. C.J. Uzomah, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Finding space at the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run. A first down.
Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top. You become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play. And that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Off-play action. It's Howell.
And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 11 now. Howard. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Carl Lawson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
He'll return it from the 6. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 28 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Straight ahead is Hall. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run with Hall. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Wilson to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end. Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Here's Howell. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 59 yards. And the Commanders use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing now is Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Back to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.